love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
That happened a little quicker than I anticipated right there. Wasn't ready for that. Sorry about the black screen right there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the daytime stream. And here I am on the very 1 minute chart. I'm a little bit late to the game here. This is what I was seeing going on. This is the yellow line is our 618 Fibonacci area here for Bitcoin. This is from the pull that we had from our high to low here. We came down. Looks like we made a nice little double bottom scenario there, a little W pattern of a sorts, a little sideways channel that we broke out of. Very nice. Now we came up to the 618 Fibonacci area, a nice little area to get rejected, key level, and that's what we got right now. I'm sorry, I'm just a few seconds late to actually get out here and call it for you, but right there. We broke the trend line, and now we're coming down. And now if we're looking at this pattern-wise or level-wise, you know, we got to break out from this area where I got a little red line. I'm going to change that to white, make it a little easier to see there. That's a possibility that we could come back and retest that area. However, the line that I was really watching for, because I'm more of a trend line guy than I am a horizontal resistance guy, don't get me wrong, but I pay a lot of attention to trend lines and angles, and that's really made a difference in my trading style. So if we kind of zoom out a little bit, cut through some of the noise on the smaller time frames, this is the trend line that we had before we went through all the pump and dumps. So now I think this is very telling, personally, to be doing all this at this area. It's like a flush out, flushing out the longs and shorts. I don't think market makers sit there with an intention, you know, this, I'm going to run this price up to 111, then I'm going to dump on their asses. That's our plan, John. Are we on target? Is that what we're going to do? All right. The board meeting has concluded. That is our game. I don't think they go in there with necessarily with an idea of an evil game plan for the market makers. I think that it's all based on the market, but a lot of people go short at this area. We are at an area for Bitcoin. If we were looking at it normally, other than we would be taking shorts at these areas, especially this purple line that we came up and went above. All these areas are like definitely shorting areas, and there are people out there shorting the 618 Fibonacci retracements. Those are common in places to short because that's where price pivots, and that's what we got here. But then we come back down, and then we go back up, and we're doing a lot of wick zigzag. However, we still got a trend line, so we lost it. When we lose a trend line and get back into it, it is what we call a bear trap. It's especially nice if they make a pattern below it and they break back in there. I think that just adds a little strength to it. So level wise, we would be looking to come back and double, for pattern wise, to come back and retest the bottom of that. That's about 103.3-ish, 350-ish. But the trend line is also an area for support that I'm looking at. It would be very bullish in my personal opinion to see us hold the trend line area. Might wick a little bit. There's a little jankiness, but overall we got the trend line right here. So we're about 103.9. See if we can get a bounce there off of that trend line, and then maybe, if so, we'd be shooting for a higher high here than what we got our last little high at 107. It's been a very confusing time to trade Bitcoin, and it's very choppy. It's dangerous, but you got the mentality out there. We don't want to miss out on the big move that's coming. We're headed to 130,000, and we could be. I mean, I'm not denying that at all. I think there's a good possibility, but you can rest assured that before they do any major move, they are going to have a good shakeout. Upside and downside, whatever they need to do, they're really good at doing that. And so now we got a mixed feeling of Bitcoin sentiment out there. People are bullish, like, yeah, we're going to the moon, getting ready to pop off, which I think it is. I don't know that it's necessarily today. They want you to make it feel like it was today or even last night, and then of course you see what happened this morning. They dump on you, and then everybody flips bearish, and we're going back down, right? And you see that on YouTube on a red candle day. YouTube thumbnails, everybody's calling for new lows, and on green days everybody's calling for new highs. It's basically how it comes out. Very subjective market here, because those candles will have an effect on emotions, and even on influencers and chartists, and we tried not to let it do that. Because when you start letting it do that, have that effect, then you lose your edge on the market by going into bias. So the best thing, in my personal opinion, is key levels. That's why I like the Fibonacci. But I got to say, we were going to the weekly, is what I was going to bring over. This is our weekly MACD. This is a big deal. We crossed bearish. We're in our second week here, so not much chance that she's just going to fake out and say, "Oh, that's it. I was fooling." Because on the weekly, it's a much more reliable indicator than on smaller time frames. There's not as much noise, so your moves are more solid. And if we do our homework and do a little back testing, that's what this is called, back testing. I back tested this for the last 50 years. Wow, you've been back testing for a whole 50 years? You're not even 38 years old yet. That's amazing. You got 50 years experience back testing? No, it means that they go back 50 years in time on the chart and say, well, that happened here, that happened there. Oh, I've been doing this. And you hear this on YouTube. It sounds very appealing. I've been back testing this for the last 10 years. And let me tell you, it sounds like they know what they're talking about, right? I'm just saying, if you're new, you might not pick up on these things. It might take you a little time in the game to get used to all the lingo and the way that all these guys talk and everything. But for the newbie to hear that, like, oh my God, this guy knows everything. He's been in this market for longer than Bitcoin's been around, and he's been tracking it. That's amazing. I'm just saying. I'm trying to get on a good chart here. This was not. Gosh, this is getting messy. I'm just getting so many messy places. Or so many messy charts. It's been wild. Let me get rid of some of these lines here so we can clear this up. Here on the daily, we got a new little pleasant surprise going on our market cipher indicator, VMC. And we were red dot, bearish divergence right there, and now we come down and we printed a little green dot here at the top, little curving going on. money flow is in the green, holding there. So we like money flow in the green on whatever time frame we're looking on. When you see that, you know that the drives to the downside are not going to be as bad as you would normally expect, especially if the money was in the red. Then you drives to the down, you say, oh crap, this could hurt. But when it's in the green, you get that little soft cushion, man. You know what I'm saying? You get a little cushion for your tuition. And it's suggesting that we play a few little games here, red light, green light, more than likely. When we're on the top waves, we get that red dot. Then we have a good little spike, and then we have a little drop and a good little spike. It does red light, green light, and stop and go. But we are at a great area right now. The rule of the game is that little yellow line. Well, that's so important. That 618 Fibonacci is if we get above it, well, we're technically bullish, kind of like when we're above the 200 moving average, right? But we're not clearing it just yet. If you can see on the bigger things here. I'm looking at the 1 hour, checking out some of the indicators over here. MACD's not showing any lighter blue candles yet. May start happening. It could. It does look like we're below it on the 1 hour, and I'm just cycling through the time frame. Here we are. Okay, so to me, we are definitely losing this. I do have a short hit from here because of this, and we want to see now the pullback from it. Like I said, I think we're headed back toward this area. Well, that's what the charts are saying. Now it could be a steeper correction. We've got the big green cloud there, and when we start getting in it, it'll spit us out on the other side. A lot of times, most of the time it will. So usually there's like a lot of time you when you get to these areas, you'll get a drop, you'll get a retest, and then you'll get a second drop. A lot of times that plays in with the Elliott wave theory, ABC correction, which I believe is probably what you're going to say. No. Oh, you're thinking, oh. He wasn't counting this one. He's counting the Elliott. Well, you're jumping ahead of me, Elliott, on the 6 minute. All right, so the deal is what we think, and I mentioned this earlier. Elliott just gave away, he just gave away the game plan. Thank you, Elliott. No, blah, blah, blah. Rejection here, come back down to these areas. And then we can work on a higher high. Now, Elliott's got it going up to here, but if we're going to do it after doing this bottom, we're trying to move for a higher high. No guarantees. Now, as far as my analysis and what I've been seeing and what I've been playing on this, and I've been using my fibs, and for those of you that follow the fibs and whatnot, let me show you my interpretation of all of this craziness right here. My swing low from here to here told me we got a 786 rejection right there, which told me to put some targets here, 106 and 106.8 for possibility of catching a nice higher high there. So I did that. This one was a little too soon. It really is too soon, but she did a little bit better. We have a little bit of a short squeeze. That's where we're making our big spikes right now. Short squeezes, people going short. The liquidations on maybe crazy leverage, but most of it's stop losses. You know, stop losses get hit. Same thing as a liquidation, except for you're not losing your count for them, but it has the same effect. It drives, you know, prices. You get stopped out of a short. Stops it buys, and a lot of shorts getting stopped out. Well, there's a lot of buy orders at these top levels that give us a nice little spike up, and then we're like, oh hell, there's no real orders here, there's no more support. No, that happens, or there's people there willing and just waiting to sell. I don't see the sell volume, I see a lot of the buy volume, so a lot of people got caught up right there, I believe, in the short squeeze, chasing the flags to the upside, and getting caught in 106 and riding her down to 102. That would not be a fun ride. All right, so from there to there, we got our little target, and then our lower target is 113 down here. That was amazing. Let's see how beautiful that this kind of all works out here. I don't think I got mine that way. I think I did my target right here. Low to high. Yeah, I did mine with the 272s right here in the 113, which gave out. And I was hoping that would hold at that red line because, you know, that was kind of important to me at the time. And we faked out. And I had a hard time through here. This morning, what I actually did, I think I mentioned last night about putting in a Bitcoin order, but I did 1x. but I think I got in somewhere here, but you know, I stayed up really late, got into bed really late this morning. When he came here, I decided, well, I don't know what he's going to do, and we broke a level. So stupid me, instead of putting a stop loss below here, I said, no, I'll just go ahead and close it. And then we got this. So that particular trade idea did not go in my favor. I missed that move on that particular trade, but some other ones turned out really good. The one I had on Big Unix got up and got in profit. I've closed that right now. Now I'm actually short because I put a short in on Big Unix over there. How are you doing? Do we have it up? I got a tiny account over here. I'm trying to make it bigger, but I ain't gonna lie. We went a little stupid degen over here. So I just got a little $30 trade over here on. I got 34x leverage on that short right there. Just closed. Well, I didn't close out the long, but I did take a lot of profits on the little long that I had over there. And I'm going to wait for that little retest and see if I can get a decent entry. If that entry is below 103.7, is that right? I want to keep that little tidbit open just to add to it. Sometimes I do that. So I'm just playing with that. I've been playing with some altcoins, and sometimes they work good, and sometimes they will they will quickly go against you when you put too much, or when you put leverage on them, even just a little bit. Nice. Where's that? So I'm also looking at these moving averages over here to see if we got a good chance to bounce over here, and I do believe that we can come down. Now, Fibonacci wise, that's usually what we use for a retracement area, and I do like, for Fibonacci, I like these two areas right here for a bounce. If we are going to continue with the strong move up, I would expect us to bounce at 104.242. Right there in that vicinity. It might wick down just a little bit, touch these other guys. The other area that we want to have a decent bounce from would be right here. Bigger bounce would come from the 382. That could take us all the way back up to this area. This would be the target for that, and that would be our 618 at 107.604 if we can get a bounce in there. So I definitely like that idea, and I would look at the possibility of putting an order in there. Sometimes I would go ahead and set a limit order. I'm going to be a little bit cautious, I think, on this one, and waiting to see if we get a reaction at whatever trend lines and areas of support that we have here. Because what's warning me is this big red, or this big green Ichimoku cloud here. She's getting thick, and we're getting really close to it. I take that as a warning. That's the whole reason I have the clouds on here. Anyways, when price get close to it, we get caught up in it. Most times, it spits us out on the other side, and it goes against us. So that's why I've got my clouds on here to kind of help me with that, because if we get into it, I'm going to be, oh man, I guess we are maybe coming down here, or maybe this was a rollover and we're coming down, because this is the story. Shorting at or getting rejected at the 618 doesn't mean necessarily that we come down and make a higher low and then go up. That's our hopeful scenario there. What it does mean is that well, now we got a chance to come down to these areas right through here, back down around 100,000, 101. That is a very plausible scenario right now. Very, very plausible scenario, and it is programmed into this leg with the Fibonacci, as we just said. So if we were trying to put these as a goal to get back toward 100K, this is a pretty good opportunity to do that. I'm just looking at some other weird ass ideas that might. So that could happen, but when you get a nice little W bottom like that, I mean, they're pretty good about holding. So we're going to hope for that. Look, this is our last double bottom, last little W right there. Here was another one over here. So you see, when we get them, we do come back and retest them. Looks like this one a lot of times. Look, shoulder, head and shoulder to the, oh, what? Look, shoulder, head and shoulder sideways to the, you could technically, yeah, that, you could technically play it that way. At some point, I would just, you know, stop trying to force patterns into things, and I just said, well, it's the same thing. If it's a range, right? Same effect, right? Why don't we just go with the range? Why don't we just go with the channel? Just a lot easier to see instead of trying to, well, this, my sideways, is that a neckline? Is this that, or that? Is this going to break down? I mean, that's why I like to zoom out. Instead of me trying to fit shoulder, head, shoulder, I just know that this pattern has a good chance to break to the downside, baby. It's a bearish pattern, and that's what it did. That's the easiest way, in my personal opinion. But hey, people have their own style. They got their own techniques, finding, flags and things like that. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, I would change things up. That's all I got to say. Look at something in a different perspective. Hopefully I can shed a little perspective, because see things differently than some of the most common YouTubers out there. But I think that we do a very, very fine job at locating these levels and making, if I dare say, accurate predictions and forecasts on Bitcoin price action. So, without a NOS, I wish I got at it. I was trying to get it before it happened. I didn't know for sure if it was going to happen, but I knew that was a possibility. So we were looking at getting above this level of possibly holding it. That's what they want you to think when we get above it, right? So just because we get above a level doesn't mean, oh man, we're instantly bullish. When you do that, I guess the more conservative people would be looking, well, let's wait till it breaks over this level, and that's fine. Because if you'd done that, you would have known. If that was your approach, not using my approach, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not a buy a higher level kind of guy. Every time I do that, and I try to, sometimes I try to open myself. Maybe I'm just being too hard on this idea. Maybe we should try this idea again, and I can't even draw a line. All right, try this one more. Concentrate, use the force. Okay, there's our top, right? So the idea is that you would get your higher high there, and really buy a retest of that higher, do that. That would be your conservative entry. Then you're still on a trend, right? But we didn't get past it, so not getting past it means double top, and some people would take that as a sign, just go ahead and open a short because you made a lower high. The really shorter, the people that are out there going, oh man, I want the short. Oh, can't wait to get a short. Oh man, I know Bitcoin's going up, but man, I just love the short. I got a short. Those guys that are short freaks, yeah, they look for those little guys' techniques, those little things like that. You're wondering how they nail the tops. I mean, the people that are really good at shorting in this game. I mean, there's some that love shorting more than they love longing, man. It blows my mind, especially in trend is your friend to the end. Go with the trend. They don't give an F, and they're just, I don't know. They're kind of natural bears, but they're good at what they do, right? So getting an entry in up there, if you were looking for those ideas, that could have helped you. That's a little that little lower low or an equal or an equal. Just a clue. Breaking the 9 moving average is one of my signs. I'm looking like, and she started losing it finally here, closing candles below it, and I'm like, well, you haven't really done that very often. This might be it. But losing the actual line there, well, that seals the deal for me. And getting this cross of the 9 over the 21, that pretty much seals this move for me. In a nice big trend, it rides among the 9 moving average. You can see here, lost it a little bit, regained it, didn't really touch the 21. We looked at the 21 for the bounce. If we don't get the bounce, we reject the 21, or if that 9, especially if that 9 crosses that 21, you more than likely you just topped out, baby. You just met your move. So couple that idea with trend lines to help you navigate the market, which is what I do. This is the first trend line. We lost that one. Okay, that's cool. We usually lose the first ones, right, till we get our angles right. Then we got this one. Like, okay, we're getting a little sketchy, but it's holding right. We lost it. Started getting above the 618, and it's like, oh, you're starting to look bullish now. Because this is my sign to get paid, take profits, or whatever when we break a trend line, wherever you break it. To get paid a little bit, and then it sucks. Oh man, I got out here and then it went up. You know that it can do that, especially if you're in a new section up. That can happen as this trend line matures. We see another one going, so we mod it. And what I try to do is find a channel, and I usually find that when we get to a place where these guys line up, that I've got a decent little channel idea or a decent little trend line going right there. Just one idea that I use. So wow, that's a steep ass channel. That was the actual trend line. She came up, rejected. Oh man, maybe it's the double top here. No, she decided to go up, but still, she's not getting above that line. Not that she breaks up above it. That's bullish. So we continue that idea, or we can. And right now we're thinking, man, I don't know. I need something to tell me when to get out if we break that, something for reinforcement. So these ideas, okay, there's three things over here that they're telling us that we could be bearish. Breaking this line, breaking the 9 moving average, and breaking the trend line tells us we could be looking bearish. But she went up again. She did. So we got to watch. But she didn't make a higher high there. And if you were going to be trend line crazy and say, well, I'm just going to keep on following the trend lines, there's not enough touches here for me to like that idea, but you could. Still losing that. But anyway, the biggest thing I was looking at is the actual Fibonacci area, because I know losing that one, well, if we're bullish, if we're above it, well, then we're kind of bearish leaning on this time frame or on this price action when we're below it. Now, there's still a lot of things that could be happening here. We could bounce through here, try to regain it. But the cloud is suggesting that, we might come back up. We probably will come back up to to about 105, 180. Bouncing from the 50, I would expect us to go back to the 9, more than likely to the 21. And then we'll start targeting 100 over here, about 103. If that doesn't make sense to you guys, with the moving average strategy, the 5 moving average strategy, I do have a video where we were going through a bottom and I was showing the fib levels, how I work the fibs in real time on the 10-second chart, putting the levels, it would go to the levels, come pick the next one, and show you how it works with the moving averages. I put that over into our membership area, into the riding shotgun. So if there's any alpha about what my system or my technique, that video is going to show it to you in real time, in real action, on the 10-second chart. I'm showing you exactly how it works with the moving average theory. There's a sequence of events, kind of like an algorithm to how price works within these moving averages. It's not 100%, but I would, it's up there. It's up. Well, actually, I can't think of the last time that it didn't work. But anyway, we got a video over there detailing all of that. Only one view because it's there for the special elite. Just something to give extra. So we're going to lose this guy, come down to the 100. You'll be touching the 200 first, but he'll probably go through the 200 to the 100. That's what we're expecting, if that happens. Are we going to bounce and retest these guys? I don't know, man. I just know that I've got my Fibonacci area right here at 104. That's the first area I'm going to look for. And I know that I've got another backup guy right here. And I know a bounce off of these two places are good. And losing this trend line, or losing these guys, they're probably working on something a little bit more devious that could come down here. I would lean probably not with this double bottom that we have, and that we can finally have some final support down here, which we will probably come back and test, as you can see from all the ones in the past. When we get those little W's, they come back. They go up high, but they come back and retest that little W peak area, right? Good chance of it. So that's what I got for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. 9 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I'm going to come to the chat now because I've just been a chatty Cathy making my little case here. I just had to let people know that there's a short opportunity there, or a pullback opportunity, and an opportunity to buy cheaper. Because when this starts happening, people start FOMOing. Oh, we're going to the moon, yeah. And look, it's a flag to the upside. That's what you got. I'm sure you got an ascending triangle. You got the ascending triangle thing, or probably the way that they're drawn out here, probably something like this, and probably some crazy ass measure move, probably a short one if they want to be conservative. But when they feel ballsy, they'll pull something crazy like this. And to me, I mean, I'm just saying, you might see people that do this. This is, man, I think this is just for show. I don't know why anybody would seriously, consider, well, this is our next serious move right here. We're headed up. I mean, as a forecast, maybe, but as a play, as a trade, I mean, that'd be a one-to-one move. Yeah, if we can come up and break that area, it's possible we could do that. But that's not how this is played. At best, I mean, for ascending triangle, really, your measure move is right there. And what it does is that it makes a channel. Yeah, usually, especially at these toppy tops. And then maybe if it starts breaking out of that, maybe you're looking at something bigger. But that's been what I learned about these little triangle patterns. And that's why you see me talk about channels a lot more now. We lost it. That was a hope and a dream. That was giving it up. Things aren't what they seem. We're heading down, ladies and gentlemen. 104. Don't know if that's going to be the best place, but I'm looking. If we start bouncing here, yeah, I might put a nibble, but I know being in this cloud, there's still a chance to come back. And we know with the pattern and experience with this guy right here, and we probably need to blow him up bigger, there's a good chance to come back to 103, 300 area eventually. So Elliot doesn't think that we're in a 8. Oh, no. Elliot thinks we're in a 4 wave. Elliot expects us to bounce off of here and just go crazy. So if that's true, this is 3 wave, 4 wave, 5 wave, we go up higher, and then maybe we come back down.
Coins crash like breaking bones. Thought I'd strike it rich tonight.
I would be looking, like I said, this was a bottom area with our fibs, right? And then I just pulled out my fibs here, and that's we got our 618. 786 is up here. We got a little higher, but I think the nice higher ones were 107, 107.7, 107.6. If we could have pulled back here, that's we could be headed there. That would be kind of nice, but they're playing games with us, as you can definitely tell. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat and talk to you guys. Well, take a look at altcoins. Altcoins finally had that little dip down. Well, they still haven't. Was that my original? This is one area right here. We're looking for possible support, but they could still come on down and touch the bottom of this trend line here. We could still be losing about another 30 billion out of altcoins, possibly, or maybe we found support here. We don't know just yet. I see the Bitcoin dominance is having some resistance here at a 618. If she starts coming down, she's got 3 humps. Maybe this could be a dump, or maybe it's something else. We're at an area that if she gets rejected and starts coming down, then altcoins can rebound and start doing better. And it's just been a mixed bag. And altcoins, they were doing good about a week ago, right? Going up, and all the people chasing them. And now if you were chasing them and now you find yourself in a little bit of drawdown, well, now you understand how the game is played. They want you to chase those green candles. But if you'd been having a strategy where you're kind of selling those candles, then you could be sitting on dry powder or sitting on collateral to go back in those altcoins at those juicy buys. And that's the mindset we got to condition ourselves to get into. And that's one of the hardest things to do, especially at this point in the market. And especially, I guess, with the sentiment and how it changes on YouTube, and I think even X or Twitter, I think that's probably even worse. I don't really do much crypto stuff over there than post some things every now and then, but I don't use that for the source of my main information or anything. It's just too crazy over there, I think. Too much hype. Let me come to the chat. 9 people hanging out with me. We got So was here first tonight. My clappy hands don't work good on the screen. I gotta fix that. Hey, So. Rube Rob, hey, welcome to the stream. Hey, we got Dave P. All right. What's up, Dave? Yeah. Dave's not here, man. Let's see. Rubrob says, locked in grouse total 124% pump of my portfolio from completed trades over the 4-hour pump and dump that went from 12 to 4 a.m. today, 6:30 a.m. now. My best day so far. Congratulations, my man. You had a good trading today? That's awesome. There were some good moves in there. There was. Silly me. My circadian rhythm is all mixed up, and then I had to, had a little task to perform this morning, kept me up later than usual. But yeah, I didn't get to bed till 8 o'clock this morning, and so my head and feeling was not in the game, and man, I knew there's a chance to miss some good moves or a drop. Luckily, I had some trades that caught them, but I was hoping to I would have loved to have actually got into on this one with a much bigger order to be ready for it. I would love to do like a 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time stream during the day, but I don't know what kind of feedback I would get for that. And it seems like every time I try to do that, life starts happening, and there's appointments, there's this, there's that, and then I can't be consistent with it. I can be consistent with my 10 p.m. nightly stream though, and have been for a long time. So that seems to work out. Would have been possible with that awful alpha alert right here through Road Dog. Oh, really? Thank you so much. I didn't see that part. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I'm glad that you're getting something out of what I'm sharing. I hope it makes sense, and I hope that all of you can, my thoughts on trading and analysis is that, I mean, there's no school for it. They don't teach this in school. That'd be cool if they did. It'd be an easy class. But these are life skills, right? But when it comes to this, you got to, everybody is different and everybody likes different things. And you're not, you'll come over to me and I've got something, you go to somewhere else and they've got something totally different. Like what's some of those popular indicators that they use? I don't know. There's so many different ones. All different indicators, all different styles, and, whether they do patterns or, they're just doing trend, everybody's got a different style and everything. The thing is, to find something that works and resonates with you and try it out. And if it works, you keep it and add it to your toolbox. Now you got a new tool to pull out. That's all that I did. Everything I picked up here, I picked up from here, there. I just went to Denny's at the smorgasbord, went to the salad bar and just got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever worked. And some of them are yucky. I had to throw it out. It's a bad taste. But then some of it is really yummy, man. Especially the pudding. Like the pudding. The pudding was really good. And so I was able to, and you're just constantly learning through the years that you do this. And you don't have to learn everything in one day, and a little here, and you pick up a little bit on Elliott wave theory at some point when you're interested in it. And, okay, well, I can see that. Maybe I can simplify this to a rule. That's what I do with my Elliott wave, the 3 humps and a dump thing. The reason I do that is because until I did that, I'd be looking for drops on that second bump, and I was like, there's got to be a reason why I'm missing that next move. Why am I keep missing that next move? Sometimes I would expect it to go down and then have a surprise bump. Well, understanding just a little bit of the basics of Elliott wave theory kind of helped me to see, whoa, I should always try to look for 3 humps. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes the other one's a little bit more sideways. But just doing little things like that have improved. Just guidelines, little rules to kind of guide us. Not definite, this is what it must do. That does it every time. There's nothing like that here, but we do have things that does it a lot of times. When it does this over here, man, we usually get a similar reaction most of the time. Then we got something we can work with. And I've devoted the last 3 years of my life decoding the Fibonacci's, and I think I'm finally getting a breakthrough. Come on, baby, come on down. The water's good. Give us a good entry. Or give us a good take profit. Answer me, how's it going? Good to see you here. Answer me says, is there no chance being Bitcoin over 200 on the 50-minute? We definitely going to go under that. Under the 200. Okay, let me get to the 50-minute. Let me get to a chart that oh, this one's clean. So I assume you're talking about the 200 moving average, right? Let me see if I can understand the question, the context. Watching the turkey is giving me the munchies. I get the munchies too. I don't know why. Oh, we have no hopium over here. Okay, so is there no chance of being Bitcoin over 200 on the 15-minute? Well, we're definitely going to go under. Are you thinking we're going to go under the 200 moving average? Is that what you're saying on the 15? I don't. Well, my moving averages suggest. I mean, we can. Never going to say that we're never going to do it. But I do have on the 15-minute time frame. I've got my bigger moving averages, and I pay a lot of attention to them. And I've got a 600, an 800, and a 360, basically. These two are a little bearish, but I don't go by that so much. I mean, it means something to me, but not as much. This one right here, being over the 800 or being over those guys, That's good. That's bullish. So we got fairly bullish momentum here. It's level. So I can definitely see us coming back down to touch it. Will we go below it? I mean, we could come back and come all the way back. I would say we come back and talk to this one. She's the oddball one out. Is this a 50? Is that the 50 moving average? 50 moving average just crossed bullshit over 600, 800, and starting to go 360. So I read the moving averages for my momentum and kind of like it's kind of like how would you say, like a stream, like a flow of water, like a, you got undertows in a river and the little current. I like currents, like these little currents that are crisscrossing, and they help me navigate the rapids, if you will. But then again, just price action, there's nothing here. If we were to look at this, I think on what indicator is that? The Trader's Reality. Maybe if we zoom out, I'm sure we got a vector candle. No vector candles? Yes, vector candles right here, over here. And that might be what we're playing with. Taking some of that stuff out. Oh, you got a vector candle over here too. They got the little blue one. Slow it up. I'm not big on this indicator. I'd like to throw it up every once in a while. This is I'm on the 6 hour. I don't know how I got here, but this is cool. We're still basically in a range, and what happens is the moving averages all get together, and then this the bigger ones start coming up, and then they try to figure out, are we gonna respect it and pump, or are we gonna get rejected from it and dump? And we still haven't solved that problem yet. I mentioned a lot of times I look for the 200 to go up on the 1 hour to tell me that, but it didn't do it this time. The 2 hours coming up there, I don't know what we'll get there. But anyway, I was looking at the 6 hour just a minute ago, and I'm saying we're above the 9 moving average, and it looks pretty. This one looks pretty good. I am leaning toward the thought that we're trying to take out our higher high. And I like this. I like this a lot. I like the bear traps. So we got horizontal levels that tell us that we might come back down here, and it may take a while. She could respect my trend line, come up, and then come back down here and retest this later on. I don't know, but I do know I got a trend line here that can be respected, and if it is, strong move. We come down and bounce off of this, and we got a little headache and probably have to go sideways a little bit, but probably will. I don't know. I'd look for it to get back above this trend line again. So I'm just looking at those ideas. I think we got a good bounce here. This big move is this impulse move usually gets a 50% retracement. That's your general rule of thumb, and that's exactly right where our trend line's coming. So about 103.866 is what I got on this actual target. On this actual chart on KuCoin. They playing us, that's for dang sure. So now, as far as the market now, there's still going to be a lot of people that are kind of bearish in the market as far as Bitcoin goes. And can I get a clean chart? Is that what we're doing? Did I leave that on there for a purpose? I'll be damned. Okay. This was a projection a while. Okay. This is not my typical style. If you see it, it's a harmonic pattern. It relies on Fibonacci, and it overlaps a lot with what I do. And that was one of my first little forecasts that I did with that. Did I? Oh, interesting. Anyway, this is not my north side. But if this is true, this is a bearish pattern that would lead to a breakdown. Just saying. Possibly. Try to get me a nice little clean chart over here. I can't never find a good clean chart. Is this against the dollar on Kraken? Maybe that'll work. So we're going to have a couple of schools of thought here. Either we're putting in a lower high, which is technically bearish, and we would hope for a higher low, probably to come down and retest several areas down as far as 88,000, 100,000. If we get rejected here, But what it seems to be doing is that we're trying to gear up for a higher high. Probably 111 or maybe a little bit more. I don't know. She could just go bull on. It should be a nice big ass short squeeze up there, take us to 119. I don't know. But wherever we are, we're going to have a high. We're going to have a high. It's going to be the lower high, lower than this one, or a higher high. After that, there will be another low. Both scenarios, we are looking and hoping for a higher low, being at this point in the market, and being that the weekly indicators are finally flipping bullish for us. So I think we're really close to getting our big explosive move, but it's at the point to figure out, are we coming back down? How far are we coming back down? 100, 90s, 88. Where are we going to be, though? Because we can still do that with that bullish MACD on the weekly. We still got a range that we can pull back to. Wherever it is on that pullback, in my personal opinion, would be the best place to pack your bags. And I'm just trying to be patiently waiting for that opportunity so I can pack my bags, baby. Answer me says, yes, if it fails on the 1 minute, it will bounce out the 15. Yes, I do the same. Sounds good. I forgot what we're talking about, but it sounds good. I get so behind. I get so scattered sometimes. I forget what I was talking about. So is there no chance Bitcoin being over 200? Okay. I'm hoping whatever I said made sense and fell into context. I don't know. So Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin do, and I need to get back to the chart that I'm looking for. I'm playing here to see what she's doing. She looked like she finding some support there on the 50. Elliot, are you sure you don't see a little 5-way ABC correction over here? I mean, for real. Maybe on the 1 minute. You got anything on the 1 minute? He's sticking with this 4-wave idea. Elliot says, screw you, road dog. I'm getting ready to take us to the moon. All right, Elliot. I don't always agree with Elliot, but then sometimes he's right, you know, and I go, oh, shoot. I just know we're under this. Moving averages are flipping. By my moving average strategy, I would see us coming back up to test at 21 and then probably coming down to 103. So what my moving averages tell me is that we can probably do something like that. And to me, that looks like an ABC correction. So I'm sitting here looking at Elliot like, well, you're the ABC correction guy. Why aren't you saying anything about it? And he's saying, hell no, road dog. Ain't no ABC correction. That's going to be our 5-way right there. So Elliot's over here in this part. Elliot's trying to do this. I'm thinking this. So you're saying it's going to go up or down or sideways? What being fed that, we have conflicting ideas between me and Elliot. What do you guys think? You think she's coming down, or you think we're getting ready to go ahead and knock out that big old all-time high here? You got money flow in the green. That's cool in this small-ass time frame here. He's got the 4-hour green dot going on. If that scenario were to arise where we get back above that 618 Fibonacci area, let me get back to that chart. This little yellow line, if we were to get back above it, well, then I would be flipping bullish again. I would want to make sure she sticks because apparently she has trouble. I would want to make sure we're not trying to do some kind of a bigger M top or something crazy like that, because that could happen over here. So those would be the warning signs that I would be looking for over here, but I still think that we got a chance to do that. That's my play. That's my take on it. And it could definitely, oh man, it could be wrong, couldn't it? It could definitely be wrong. I'm looking at these. Some of these moving at. What do you got on the 1 hour? they got some nice ribbon. Where's my bigger moving averages? Are you not showing up? You're down there. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I'm curious. I would normally, I would expect to pull back here and then try to go up. If she rips up from here, then hey, man, so be it. But I would wait till it clears. For me, I'll be waiting for it to get up here just to confirm. Too risky to try to front run any idea like that in my personal opinion. But it's a flag to the upside. Right there, you can see the flag. I don't see a flag. Woo! Man, it's just... if I go by trend lines, I'm following this guy. I also suggest that we can get some of those lower areas. Do you line up with anything else? Oh, shoot. Really? I didn't see that idea. I should have. All right, well, here's an idea that we're respecting this bigger channel idea. That's suggesting that yeah, our targets be up here about right at 106 from the breakout. So if it is a retest, then that's bullish if that happens. Are you at a 236? Is that what you're doing? All right. So when it comes to fibs, getting a bounce from here can be bullish AF, especially at this point in the market. So I'm not going to fade it. It's just not normal. It doesn't normally hold, but when it does hold, it is freaking beautiful. So I'm going to look at that scenario, and I don't have the fibs on here for that extension, I don't believe. But I'm going to put that. Oh, you take me right up here. So this, we'll label this guy because I need to. A, B, C, D from a 236. That'll remind me of what it is and how we got it. That's on the table. If we complete a bounce and we get above here and everything, that would be the target I'd be looking for that idea. That's pretty impressive. You broke. Okay, you're holding that. And what is that? About 3%, almost 3% move. 10x, that's 30%. 20x, that'd be a 60% gain on perpetual futures or something. Maybe. If we are doing that, then we gotta also look at this idea that we've still got a possible range, and there'll probably be a hiccup about 105.7, 105.8. That's a valid way to look at it. So I can't diss it. And when it comes to TA, I mean, this is basically what we do. We look for arguments to support a case, just like a judge or a jury. You're building up evidence to support a theory. And so this theory's got some legs. So does my other theories. Are coming back down here and retesting that. But this one seems to be the one that's in play at the moment, right? So I'm gonna watch this theory and see if it holds. I don't know if it will or not. I do know by the channel theory, we break back in the channel, I would expect the bottom. That might be the situation that we look at. So just because he's bouncing here doesn't mean, oh man, what's bouncing? I guess we're going to 107. No, we still got stuff to work out. Remember the big green cloud is still there waiting to eat us if we go back into it. She says, come on down. Let me gobble you up. Gobble you up. Now, if we stay away from it, we're good. If we get back into it, then we get 8. We could see something like this. Look, a shoulder heading. Oh my God. Yeah, you could say that. But to me, it'd just be breaking back into the channel. And when that happens, usually they will take you down to the bottom of the channel a lot of times. Sometimes even totally out of the channel if we're in a bearish market. So we were at that place. Road Dog, you suck. You can't tell me if it's going up or down for sure. And I can't tell you for sure, but I can tell you some possibilities. If this is sticking, it's going to be good. If it's not sticking, well, we come into the targets we're looking for. Board PC guy, how's it going? Aw, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I would just like to be accurate and forthright and not biased. That's my goals. But yet we're humans, so all that stuff creeps in, and that sucks. Am I not human? Do I not bleed? Do I not have emotion? Yeah, we got all that stuff to deal with too. It sucks. Try to take emotion out of it. But I gotta say, man, this has been some crazy chop. Some crazy chops. I mean, the people that are really benefiting are the people that already had their positions in place, and they're just enjoying it, maybe taking off a little profit here and there, because we are up above 100,000 for a change. I still, well, even from this leg here, we got it built into the Fibonacci that we could be coming back to 100,000 area if we lose this. It could be happening, but there's a roadmap for it to happen within the move we got here. I don't think it's as likely, but maybe. But I do think that we will come back and test that $100,000 area, maybe even dip below it. I probably will, just to scare people. Some kind of squeeze or something like that. It could take us a little bit longer, but that's a psychological support, and we have before tested it a lot, and I'm pretty sure we will test that again. And at some point, 100,000 will be the best place to buy Bitcoin. When we stay above 100,000 starts looking like a deal. When we get below 100,000, everybody starts getting scared. And then, I don't know, it's hard to convince yourself of the deals, because, it could still be going lower. We're in a bear market. You get so many things going on over here. But there is a lot of, we got bull market talk and bear market talk, and I'm not trying to be too bullish or too bearish. Overall, I mean, the weekly tells us to be bullish. And we're long overdue to be bullish. And I think we're at the precipice where we could be blasting off very soon. But I don't know for sure, right? I'm just trusting the weekly on that for a lot of it, because I learned not to fade the MACD on the weekly. She's usually right. She comes in with a vengeance sometimes. So my plan, I will be nibbling in on Bitcoin closer that we come to 100,000. Not trying to nibble in as much here until we kind of figure out what's going on. And in the meantime, altcoins, how are you looking today? They're just kind of trying to survive, it looks like. I would like to zoom out and take a look at total 3. And I think I'm going to get rid of all this stuff that I've got. If we bounce from here, then we're happy. And we didn't bounce yet. I'll say yet because it's still a possibility it could happen. Otherwise, okay, yeah, this was our inverted. Okay, yeah, coming back. Yeah, I can. My argument is that we can come back down here. Will we? The daily gave us an area that we could bounce from over here. Oh, she's trying on the 4 hour. But look at you, sweetheart. 360's down here, 200. Oh, she's getting. I still think we can still finagle our way down. Elliot, you got any insight here? Think you on the ABC correction? He doesn't know where she's going to go either. But altcoins are pulling back. But overall, I mean, like I said, with altcoins. Oh, was that the 4 hour? Look at that. Oh, that's cool. So the 4 hours got it bouncing off an 800 moving average, which is good. Altcoins look like for the next few hours anyway, that they might be trying to bounce back a little bit. I don't know if it's going to hold. I doubt it. I think it'll be a little bit choppy. And I think we can still come down just a wee bit. over the next couple of days here with altcoin, but we'll see. But eventually, I mean, we're really closer. I think we're getting closer. If we look at the weekly over here, we're getting close to a cross, maybe. What we don't want to see is for it to roll over, which is, you know, starting to look like it, but that can change. That can change. We can end up doing something like this, then we're good with altcoins. If she were to roll over, that would suck, and you got to be mindful of that possibility. Now here on the 3 hour, it's looking a little like she want to pull back, or the 3 day, look like she want to take a little break on altcoins. So I would be cautious with her altcoins and not be too gung-ho that they're getting ready to go up, because they still got some areas they can pull back to, in my personal opinion. I don't think they're quite ripe and quite ready just yet. And again, this is where I like to look at, oh, man, you're never on here. Bitcoin dominance. And what we need to see it come down and get rejected. And she's not doing it just yet. And I'm here on the 3 day and I'm thinking, she still looks pretty gosh darn strong to me. Pretty gosh darn strong. We lost this guy, and we would hope that we're trying to work on a slow burn down on Bitcoin dominance. So that's one of the biggest things I'm watching right now for my altcoins. And what it says, I mean, we are in an area where we could be getting rejected. I hope that we are. If this goes down, altcoins do a freaking ton. Like, this is where our altcoins started acting right again. We need that to happen again. So we're testing we're in the 4 hour, testing the 200 moving average on this. It's a chance we can come back up and, you know, retest the areas. We're right at the area that we broke the trend line. We could still come up. I hope we don't. I hope this is our 3 humps and we're starting to lose it. But 100 cross, so we got a little bit of you know, final ribbon flipping and going on there on the regular time frames, but our regular moving averages, but the momentum is still there. Momentum is still there and still strong. But we need this to chill the freak out for our altcoins to do anything. Is that money flowing the green? Oh, I got lines over here. Let me take these guys off. We're starting to get into oversold territory on that, but we could still go higher. Oh, altcoins, you've been such a pain in the ass for this whole past year. Just underperforming. Could you see this as a bear trap idea? I could. And a very, very nice symmetrical channel. I mean, the Canna channel, it says, yeah, I guess they are symmetrical. So what are you saying, Road Dog? Are we going up? Are we going down? Or are we going sideways? Well, Bitcoin dominance is also doing the same thing on the MACD here. Altcoins are, well, on the daily here it is. Doing something different there. It looks like the altcoins on the weekly. She looking like she got a little bit more press up, so that means altcoins take a little bit more of a hurt and what I'm afraid of. Man, and some of these altcoins, they were looking so good, and now they're looking like they got some lower targets on some of them. It's getting kind of scary on the. Kind of concerning. Kelly says, I'm short on ETH. And God said, let there be Bitcoin. Yes, thank you for noticing that. It's not even on the screen. Oh, you're on top of your game, my man. God said, let there be Bitcoin, and it was good. I think it's here to help us. I really do. I think it's here to help us avoid a lot of badness that can be coming up over the next, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years or whatever. But gosh darn it, seems like the big boys are having more luck with it than we are, doesn't it? They just keep accumulating Bitcoin all the time. And it's like, you know, for the little guys like us, it's hard to accumulate that Bitcoin. That Bitcoin's too damn expensive, man. But we need it. We need all of it we can get. It wasn't that expensive before. The smart people got into it, right? Smart people kept it and held it and didn't trade it away or then leverage it against altcoins at the crappy time. I'm trying to find a decent exchange here. Binance is good. Not an index. Oh no, I see what I did. I'm on indices. There we go. Now that's better. Let's go to Coinbase. So you shorten it. Well, here's what I see on Ethereum on the daily. We did break back into this trend line, so that's bullish. So if you're shorting it, I would keep in mind these areas down here about 22. Somewhere around 22 might be a good place to take profit if we come back and retest it. There's a good chance that we might do that. Let's see, MACD, she lost her signal line, so and from oversold areas, overbought areas. Oh gosh, I'm still getting those. You got 21 moving average down here. I'd say that's got a fair shot. It may be trying. It may work on your emotions. I mean, it may be a slow burn down there. She may be trying. No, I'm going to look bullish. Are you sure? Are you sure you're going to short? Are you sure? She's going to try your patience, I believe. But I think that's a good call. From there, I would consider if she bounces off of there, we could be getting a strong move. Let's see. So we did a bear trap, and you're at 382. Yeah, we need to try to get that 0.5 or 618 area. So here on the 2 hour, I think that's a good one to watch. I mean, the momentum is still bullish, but we got the flip over of these. So yeah, Elliot, are you correct? We're probably in an ABC correction over here too. Yeah. So tricky. This one may have you second guessing yourself, but I wouldn't. It may be a difficult short, is what I'm saying, to psychologically to wait for that. But if we can get down there from where we are now, it was about over 10-12%. Here's what I see on the 2 hour. Our ribbon is flippening. So this is more than likely a nice little bear trap. So retest that and then probably pop. Golly, Ethereum, you're starting to look nice now. You're starting to look really kind of interesting. Everybody said you were dead. You're a dead coin. You're not ever going to be anything, Ethereum. Bear Trap says different. Bear Trap would lead me to think that we're going to a higher high. Bear Trap would lead me to think that we're going to test this 886 area over here. Oh my gosh, that would be nice. We haven't been up that area since 2021. I'm sure there'll be a hiccup at 4,000, retesting at 786, but with the bear trap idea, I would be looking for a higher high out of this. And then, of course, I got this target at 53.67 on that one too for a longer term idea. That's interesting, Ethereum. That's very interesting. If we draw trend lines, you see this little guy. What am I supposed to do with that? It's an opening, broadening wedge. This little guy has a 64% chance to break to the upside. Typically seen as a continuation pattern. Price coming in from the bottom suggests that, yeah. And your measure move would suggest that could get somewhere in 6,300 if that breaks out. Long time for a breakout on that. She's got to get rid of some areas that she hasn't been over in over a year or touched in over a year or so. But it looks interesting. It looks interesting to me. Nikki9, glad to have you here. Well, guys, that's about all I've got for my show. Unless you want to take a look at any altcoins or anything like that, we can do that for a few minutes. Otherwise, I might wind this. Oh, has it already been an hour? Does time just speed up when I stream or something? Or am I just? It just gets away so quick. Virtuals. I'll take a look at virtuals. Virtuals protocol. Oh, look. We nailed it. She's got a green dot on the daily right here. What's up with you, virtual? Will it stick? Let me get this little guy. I thought she would come to... Oh, put that down. Road Dog was totally wrong. You suck, Road Dog. You thought it was going to come. You had this $1.17 target you thought it was going to hit, and it didn't. It only went down as far as 128. You suck, Road Dog. Don't be trying to claim that 133 target, man. You know you say 117. You suck. Yeah. An example of voices in your head that you just don't ever need to really listen to. I got a song about it. Called Voices in Me Head. My show is kind of based on that theme, voices in your head. That's where the voices the idea for all the voices come from. Could you do that? If I'm respecting these guys over here, you do fall in line. If I respect these guys, you're saying there's some resistance, but you don't line up as pretty on the daily. This is virtuals. You're looking kind of interesting to me. Well, I gotta take a moment to do a little something since I found this and I haven't done it before. Oh my gosh, this music is getting crazy. I'm gonna have to redo my playlist. But he makes more music.
I've got a crypto feeling that tonight's gonna be a bull run. That tonight's gonna stack some gains.
Yay! So what I like to do, or what I do for the algorithm, so we say, let's put this in our vanity wall. It's just a target that got hit. Nailed it! We like to keep up with that kind of stuff. Shows proof that our techniques that we use here actually have validity and can have some good results. Now, a lot of times, if you have a YouTuber, they have a target out. This was our target, blah blah blah, from our measured move or something, and price come up, and they can do good, and they come up and maybe they do something like that, and you got a little bit of range that's not getting it. And sometimes that happens to me with fibs too, and I might be looking at it slightly skewed and not get the little nailed it. But for the most part, with the fib strategies, you're getting right on it. Usually, so much that you get used to it happening that way. You can't get too overconfident in it. Usually, it's probably operator error or a squeeze or something for a reason that doesn't respect it quite as well. But usually, it respects the fibs really good. I love the Fibonacci, and depending on where you pull at the fib, you get more accurate results than other places, right? But that's not so. What are you? Okay, what are we looking at now, though, for virtuals? Well, we're going to fib it out, baby. We got a nice curvaceous, nice little bottom there. Hopefully, we're not going to come back and do something crazy like a big double, sorry ass double bottom that takes another 2 years to go and play out. Hopefully we're through with all that mess. The fibs will help us figure that out. It does appear that we are. We're out of our little accumulation zone here. And we need to hold 155. As long as we can hold 155, I think we got a chance to make a little come up. We'll be looking at 283, but I really like this 340 area. That's a lot of people going to be short. The 618. So we look at a lot of people going to be shorting and taking profits at the 618. Might as well be on the board too. Just front run a little bit. 339, 338. Pretty nice come up from 155, or no, we're at 193. Are we? 193? Pretty good come up from 193 or from 155 if we get a chance to get back down here. So we're at 160, 155, anywhere through there looks good. Got some good momentum here building up on the we getting a flipping and going on here. We starting to get a flipping and going on. I mean, we still got one little scraggler here on the bigger time frames. Sandbag us a little bit. That's don't worry about that. Miss Lucy there, that little red one there. So you might even make the argument on the smaller time frame that we got a bear trap. Can we make that argument? I like to make that argument every chance that I get. Maybe. I would think that you would have been a little bit more bullish there, but maybe you're just coming back, retest the trend line, kind of like what we thought Ethereum would do. Bear trap, come back and then retest it and then start going up. It may be me not counting that little wick while she looks like she came out, or maybe she did come back below. I don't know. Probably me and my trend line, but still. She's suggesting that, well, now, since we got this new information, we're going to pay attention to that for our angle, our new angle, because that's how the angles change. And now look, it matches up. Nice. Now it matches. Isn't that crazy? Now, now this is going to be kind of weird, but reverse engineer that idea. What if you didn't have this guy? What if all you had was, I don't know where she's acting weird. What if we take an angle from over here and try to predict where it might drop? Because you see me do this sometimes. And this is the basis for it. We take that and we put you down here at the bottom of our thing there. And there's your channel. So if you're taking that idea before you knew that, I mean, you might have been following, you know, this idea. Oh my God, she's bear trapped. That sucks. We lost it. But this little idea of what? Oh, look, we found support there. Coupled that idea with a Fibonacci, and let's see if we got anything there. Oh, you did not give me anything. I'm really surprised. I bet you did here. 618. From the local impulse from here to this little high. 618. That's good. Nice. I got a nice little target here at $2.59 for you virtuals, based on that little information that you've given me there. I encourage you, once you get your little system in place, whatever techniques, whatever indicators, whether you trend lines or levels or whatever, I encourage you to be a little experimental in the way you look at things, and especially as you learn from other people, or even studying the works of the greats like W.D. Gann, although that's a rabbit hole, or any of the old greats, the masters, the famous traders from hundreds of years ago. There's alpha there that is that's being repackaged and sold as something new to give to you. I'm just saying, this stuff still works. Nothing's changed in this market, okay, except for technology making it easier, faster, and more efficient. The psychology and the whatever algorithm it is, however you want to define that, is still alive in this market. It still operates the same. But experiment. That's how I got to some of these ideas, was testing and that does seem to, oh golly, that works a lot. And just keep adding tools to your toolbox. So a little resistance up here, I guess this trend line, but we can finagle and still get up there. So it looks like we're coming back to retest this guy. But this is the target that I got right there, 260. Let's see how we do over there. I'm going to draw my little thing over here and say, I expect something to happen here. And let's hope that it does. But definitely leads the way. Oh, you got a little bonus at our 0.5, 283. So targets I got for virtuals, and I'm going to post this over to the group there. What would that look like? I'm just doing this as an update, not a trade setup. I don't have. You can find one, and hopefully, you know, then you can go to the smaller time frames and find your little structure to enter. That's what I do. I look on the bigger time frames for the setup, and then I go to the smaller time frames. So, or look for the bigger idea, what's going on the bigger time frames, then go to a smaller time frame to execute and try to find the actual setup to get in on. Or that's what I usually try to do. So in a situation like this, I'd be coming over here and I would be, well, we got this. So that was a retest. Might be an argument to go ahead and, you know, depending on your strategy or whatever you do, you can possibly make an argument to get in there. Or maybe she comes down just a wee little bit. A few pennies there. You want to shave off a few pennies for your entry. Nice little ribbon flip going on in the 15-minute. That actually looks pretty cool to me. We were on the 1 hour, right? Oh, Rick, I need that line. All right, so well, that's kind of cool. So an update for anybody who's in virtuals and looking for a place to take profit. 260, 283 to 339 areas right there. Could get some nice little come ups. What would you get me if we got all the way up to 70% gains? Not bad going to 339. Copy this guy and we'll post him over here. Target updates for gains. So it says, I like your shirt. Does it have lightning strikes? I don't know. It's nothing special. It's just a life is good. It's got green on it, so it's showing through the back. It's actually like waves, water waves or something like that. But thank you very much. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I don't see any requests for altcoins or anything. Let me just see if there's anything else over here interesting to look at. Oh, Aave. Whiff has been interesting. Oh, look, did we get it? Didn't nail it, but we got it. 1272. Oh man, I hate to okay, we can do this. Or maybe I just need, let me get a different chart. Wait, look at this. I got targets, but there's so many of them. Are you a duplicate? You're a duplicate. Are you a duplicate? Might as well be. Well, we can stick here. No, we can stick here. We can stick here. So she looked like she was trying to break out of this, got back in the pattern. So chances are she's going to be coming down a little bit here. Are you coming down this low? For real? So this is like a bull trap for a pattern, opposite what we look for the bear traps. So when we come back in the pattern, we expect, as a general rule, that we will come back toward the bottom of the pattern to test it. So I'm looking about 70, 75, 77 cents again, possibly coming out of whiff. Maybe. There's some other ideas that could be playing here, so we don't want to just pigeonhole ourselves, but ooh, that would be a deep retracement to go down there. We can look for here about 83. That's a 618. Let's see if that holds. But 75 is toward the bottom of the trend line. Doesn't, I mean, not saying it has to, but I would expect a little bit more down from it. But she's in a flag to the upside, but she's got a trend line that's going to be resistance if she breaks up, and it could lead to an M top. So we went up to a 0.5. 4 hour, there's a ribbon flipping trying to happen, but it looks like she can get a little bit of come down before then. And yeah, all this area through here that she broke out of, wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to stick with that. I still think 76, 77 cents, but there was a target of 83 that she might hold there. All right, so a little bit of a pullback from Whiffy. Be nice if she gets back up to $2 though, right? All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and end this one. We looked at a few altcoins, mostly looking at Bitcoin and what the market's doing. We'll take one more final look over here on the smaller time frame. What are you doing, Bitcoin? You still being bullish? We were on this one, right? Did you do it? Did you actually? You got above my 618? Oh gosh darn it! This is the situation we were talking about. So it's basically down to this now. I'll just stay here for a few more minutes. If we break above it, then hey man, we're back on bullish. That was a retest, and we're getting ready to go up. I was looking for 104, 103 as a possible pullback, but this was the latest idea that we looked at, which was the channel idea, based on this right here, that led me to this, just this angle down here to the channel, retest, we're back above the 618. And oh yeah, we already got the measure move. Sometimes I like to put them over here too, just to see. Because this is part of my experiment, because when they can do a retest, I think there might still be a little something there for a measure move. So I test that out. And I'm going to put him on a dotted line, so. Okay, how we do this? Measure move, retrace. I'll just put secondary. Measure move secondary. That way I'll know what I'm talking about. So we either going to get rejected here, or we're gonna break that high, and then we got a higher high in, and that means bullish. Oh, I think we're going to stick around and wait for that. We'll just take it down to the 1 minute and get into the nitty gritty. Watch it happen minute by minute and break it down. So 200 moving average, getting the 50 crossing it. That's the bull cross. The 100 still below it, sandbagging us. So you're going to have to take a big strong breakout here to make that happen, to pull that up, or if you roll over here, that's going to kind of put a damper on it. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Is she gonna break out, or is she gonna come back? I'm gonna jump out there on a whim, just to say that since we do have an inverted head and shoulders pattern, there is a 64% chance that we will come back and retest this little bastard right down here. If so, that means that we did not get our higher high in, and could that be considered a triple top scenario, or a 3-point touch area, rejection area? I guess it's more more comfortable way for me to explain it. It doesn't look like a triple top pattern. I'm not trying to call it a pattern, but an event, a triple. You know, we're getting rejected 3 times up here at this area. I'm curious. I'm going to stick around on the 1 minute because I want to know. I can't. This is now you're too exciting. Let's watch the techniques here on the smaller time frames in play. Losing the 9 moving average. We would come to the 21, lose the 21. I would be looking for the 50, which is right at a little yellow line area. That we're getting a bullish cross. It may hold there. I still look. I've really got my eye on that $105 area. So if I got a short on, I'm going to add to my short. That short went to the negative. Let's see. I've got should I take some more profit for you? Still got my long open, but it's a lot smaller than my short now. So my short's a little underwater. Come on, baby, let's roll over. Let me come to the chat, see what you guys are doing since we're watching Bored Bitcoin over here. I was going to crank up the music a little bit and chill and watch. Let's do our other little stuff that we do. 382 is right there. That would be a great bounce place. 618 is really right down through here. I'm curious if you're bullish, if you're mega bullish. I would expect to move here. Elliot still insists, and my gosh, I'd say he's been correct so far. I was looking for 104. She broke the line, and I wasn't looking for the bear trap. Elliot kind of already had an idea about it, so shout out to you, Elliot, you little freak. Yay for Elliot and your wave. All right, that's enough. Stop it. Stop it. That's enough. He's not that awesome. Bouncing off the 21, testing the... Oh, now we're back above the 9. Oh, is this one to do it? You made a... that's a double. And then a higher. Wow. I might have to be closing me short here. Let's come at a bigger time frame. Are you getting tired? Maybe. Maybe. 9 moving average is down here. We're far from it. And when we get far from it, we'll usually come back and talk to it a little bit. Unless we just rip off and then it has to catch up with us. Well, I find this to be very interesting. We do have green dots. Remember, we had it on the 4-hour too, right? 12-hour just printed a red one. That's interesting. 8-hour has a green one. If that's not conflicting, 6-hour has a green one. 4 hours had a green one. Daily's got a green one. I would say the 12-hour is the oddball out in this situation. You looking like you trying to do something, are you? So I don't know. I would not take a long here. I would not buy into a flag. I would buy the breakout of a higher high. Maybe I'll put a little something, but you know, when you get a higher high, you're going to get a higher low. How much higher is it going to go before it comes back down? I've got a little technique to kind of help with that, which happens to be right here. If we do go up, if we do break out of this, let's see if we get some rejection at these little lines right here. See what kind of reaction we get there if we do make it up there. There's still no guarantees. There, I mean, you can argue that there's bearish divergence there. How many instances? Maybe 3 on this. She is maxed out on her. We're just looking at the ideas here. She's in overbought territory, but she's still wanting to move up, huh? So she can make a little bit of a move here on the 1 minute. She's respecting, you know, that. She did. She made a higher high. Well, my short. I'm going to reduce my short, and I'm going to increase my long. And then I'm going to see where we go up to and where our new higher low is. Then I'll make a more serious decision here on my trades. Whether I want to add to a short up here. Probably not. Given how janky, this is too bullish to short in my opinion. Do we need to come down to the 10-second chart to get some ideas? You looking bullish too. Ichimoku is. Well, here we go. It looks that Bitcoin is now officially bullish again over the 618. So, and we're getting a little breakout there. Find a little hiccup. Are we getting a hiccup over here yet? Probably look. See, I'm gonna be looking for maybe a red candle or two. We probably blast up, and then looking for a red candle or two here. This is the one I really want to see what happens right now. Let's go, baby. Bitcoin. Gosh darn it. Getting all freaky. What was this level? 540. Come on, baby. That's our first area. That would be if we were looking to take profits or something from an area down here. That might be an area. So we're approaching a pivot point. I want to see if we pivot. Have any reaction here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's our new candle. It's not red. You going to blast through, or are you going to have a reaction? We can consider somewhat reaction because she just didn't keep on going. But hey, I look for more to happen than just that here at this point. So. But it looking like she's thinking about, yeah, she's going to go through that one. That's a good one. It's not the strongest one. This one's stronger. There's a one more above it. And I'm not applying the rules to go for a particular one, but let's see, was this a 382? That was our 382 bounce, wasn't it? Holy crap. We got a 382 bounce. You remember the target from this one, right? 108. So that's the scenario that I'm in now, right? Or what I'm looking for. That's a big boy target, but we're playing with these big boy fibs now. All right, so now we're working on our 272. Right through here, I expect something, maybe a little bit of a pullback, and then I guess we see how far we can go with you. That's crazy. You flip bullish on me. Yay. It is really starting to look like we're going to try to go knock out our all-time high over maybe this week. What has been really confusing, though, and, you know, we come back to the daily when it comes to Bitcoin. I mean, we do have the green dot here, and this is a good indicator. Money flow, I mean, that looks good. MACD, though. I mean, what the hell, MACD? I don't fade the MACD. She flipped bearish now. I'm keeping that in mind. So I'm parking this in the back of my mind because I've learned not to shade this, not to fade this indicator. Maybe we're looking for something like this where it's just a few candles in the red, and then we, maybe. But for that scenario, we got to have a lighter candle. So far, they're darker. So I'm keeping my eye on this. This is a warning sign. This is a warning sign that we all need to be aware of. That they could flip-flop on us at any time. They may be setting us up for something. So I'm not being too trustful just yet of all the bullish momentum. But I'm definitely not trying to get myself in a mental state where I'm too confused to take an action. I'm trying to. It's really going to require playing a lot of rules right now and sticking by a lot of rules, I think, because they're out here for blood. They want your Bitcoin. They want all the Bitcoin. All right, so we are getting a reaction over here. A few candles. Will it be enough for a pullback? It might be. I'm going to go to the 10-second chart. Now here on this one at the 113, we didn't have any, red candles or anything. We were getting them here at the 227 area, right? Let's see what she does. Are you going to lose it? You going to lose it? Or are you going to pipe up and actually touch my little line? Why don't you go down my line? Nail it! Nail it! Nail it! I might have been off on my... But that's a 2.7 fib area there. I am expecting some rejection at this area. Even if it's just a little minor pullback, which it probably will be if it does it. It's like a 0.5 might hold. Let's see if that will hold. So we got a channel breakout. At worst, I would expect us to, if that doesn't hold, we come back into the channel. And then hopefully this will hold. We're on the 5-second. We're on the 5-second chart. Watching Bitcoin do what Bitcoin do. Come on down, baby. Come on. We gotta resolve this before I clock out. I want to know. I got to know. I heard a noise. I heard a ding-a-ling. Is there a ding-a-ling going on? Oh, I need to get a live chat. Apparently, I didn't know that. I was off on that. We got Soul with the crab cat. Oh, look at you. You went all the way back down to the bottom. That was quick. I had my eye off the ball there when that happened. So 200 moving average, bottom of the channel, will it hold? With the moving average up here so far, I mean, we're on the 5-second. It looks like it's got a chance to bounce. Now, I could be totally freaking wrong because things happen quick here. Momentum looks good. And we got a little trend line over here if we can draw it up quick enough. Oh, it says maybe down a little further. Could happen. Could happen. We're looking at our other trend lines. Well, oh, that was nice. We line up that one, and that takes us up here where... okay. So the 272 areas, they are... Look at you. They are a reversal pivot point. That's why I wanted to see if it did anything over there. I was hoping maybe she would bounce from here, though. We're on a very tiny ass time frame now. It's getting a little janky, but I'm curious. Let's come on down to this area now. So this whole time, I don't know for sure what it's going to do. I can just tell you what I'm looking for. If she, I'm looking for it's either going to hold it or break it. If it holds it, it's good. If it breaks it, bottom of the pattern, maybe break out of the pattern, come to bottom pattern and broke out of the pattern. And so we're just following our trend lines, and well, this is our next stop down through here, see if it holds. Oh, we put out a Fibonacci's and just take a little shortcut. We did that already though, right? also that same little area there. It's a little higher. Next area, if it wants to go deeper, would be here, but if we get there, we would be breaking trend line, so that would probably be bad news for coming down here. So I'll just take you off the board. Won't even look at you. Still, our main idea that we were looking at before all this bullishness and getting higher highs was to come back and retest this area down here. Still on the table. Still definitely on the freaking table. Come on, 5 seconds. You're supposed to be moving on now. So is there still a chance that she can bounce her little happy ass out of this and boot us all? She's been good at that lately. A little so far, but like I said, it moves kind of quick over here. As these things start crossing, it's adding some more bearish momentum here. And as these things are starting to turn down, they're starting to get ready to look like kamikaze. So if price comes down here, those things are going to roll over, or start to roll over is what we're looking at. Right now, technically, they could still come back up there. We don't know. It could be enough to drag us back over here, but more likely, I'm looking for this guy. Can we make another argument? Yeah, you got a 113 there. Or almost. Okay, not quite, not quite, not quite. Okay. That would make me think that more down, but look, you're wrong. Are we going for the bearish retest and then come back down? Or are we going to get back in here and flip everybody out and food ya? It looks like we are getting the drop. Come on down, baby. Come on down. This is like watching paint dry on the 5 second chart. I'm just sitting there watching it. What are you doing? And we got 15 people watching paint dry with me. How's it going, 15 people? I guess, you know, while that's happening, I can come over here and... How's it going, Bush on Parade? Good to see ya. Nemo Shin, top 10 XRP. Let me take a look at XRP. Let me get Elvis out of the break room.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Come on down, baby. Let me see what you do. Let me see what you do. You gonna bounce there? Can you bounce there? Why are you taking so freaking long, Bitcoin? Man, you talk about a choppy market. I mean, they are out to really mess with people today, I think. But today's Monday too. I'm really interested to see what tomorrow is going to hold. And then we go through the midday or the midweek, Wednesday and Thursday, and they already start making up their plans what they're going to do on the weekends. The plan this past weekend was to run us up and dump us down and do that several different times. But the Sunday pump, that was kind of neat. 107,000, that was sweet. So what do you guys think? You think we'll stop at 105,300, or you think we'll continue down to 105, 180? We flipped bullish when we got above this yellow line. Flip below the yellow line, then I guess I feel a little bit bearish about this particular leg that we're measuring here at the fibs. I still think 105 here has a good chance of being hit just by the statistics alone on the inverted head and shoulders reversal pattern. But until that happens, you know, we still got this trend line, 2 touches here. Could be getting a 3rd touch there. I just moved my line. Put that back where you are. So I think my fib area is, I'm just going to try to move this over, keep the roughly the same little area there. Did we take you from here? Oh, we did. No, we took you from the bottom. Like we're supposed to do. Yeah. Which one is this one?
Bought the wrong coin just now. Didn't see how it went down. My screen went wild and spun around. Now my high hopes hit the ground.
Oh, look at you, Bitcoin. Look at you. Aren't you just a little rabbit running all across the road? Just doing whatever. Retest this area. Do we make a comeback? Do we get rejected and finally come down here? Wow. Just like a soap opera. Actually, I'm getting kind of tired, and it's 4 o'clock. And I'm working on a 2-hour stream, and I'm like, so we might wrap this up soon. I just want to see what she... Oh, I want to see if my target gets hit. Let me get an idea. Are we going to lose this line or not?
Freedom flows like the ocean tide.
Crypto waves, riding high tonight.
La 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 la. Hey! What'd you guys have for breakfast?
We build feels so
Back to 102, in my opinion, says Nikki Nye.
let the rhythm
I would like to add some more to my bag there if I could.
harmony hums as the chain goes.
Yay. So we're just, she's just leveling up. Come on, dude. Now that's interesting that she's finding so much resistance and staying there.
Left on.
To me, that's bullish in nature, just that she's hanging out there and not just falling down after getting resistance. Oh, there we go. Pop up.
World loves locked
And that, in essence, is basically what a
future, holding the light.
ascending triangle is supposed to be.
Whispers go bold.
Well, now they are playing. Now, are you coming back in here? Was this a... Oh, man.
Better days sparkle in this creation. Life like an endless vacation.
Crypto waves, riding high tonight. Shining like stars.
Elliot, you think he's got an ABC now, or are you still on your big... I'm going to the moon.
Build feels so
No, he's sticking true with this 4 to 5 way stuff. I hate to say it, but Elliot is kicking my ass today. Elliot's doing pretty good today. There's still a chance we can get rejected. You're really holding for that 105, ain't you? We just regained our 200 moving average here on the 10-second time frame.
riding high tonight.
I'm going to come down to the DGen 5-second time frame because, well, it's there.
Every block we build,
We're struggling with the 200 moving average there.
dreams unfold. Let the rhythm survive.
I'm so curious. Are you going to stick 200 above the 360? That's technically bullish. Here's what we'll find out. Pop or drop. Pop or drop. Right here. Pop or drop. Drop! Yay, we drop. I mean, it did something, right?
Sweet
All right, this is getting a little crazy.
across the sea, golden dreams, drifting endlessly, coins in my heart.
So this is a good reason why the small time frames can wreak havoc on your emotions, because they'll make you think things.
All we feel
I still got this idea here, and it could still happen. It's just like, but when this is going on and you're right in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, but it looks so bullish. You know, it'll make you do stupid stuff, crazy stuff, and sometimes you just gotta, you know, just gotta wait,
flows like the ocean tide.
and that sucks. It's hard. So, looked like she's going to get back in and go to the upside, but she ended up being rejected off this little trend line, just like they should. They faking with us though. They playing with us. They playing hard. They spiking up there 2 times to try to get people that might be looking at that idea or any kind of algorithm programmed on these ideas to, you know, to take the bait, in my opinion.
Harmony hums as the chain
And I am just watching as my ribbons, or as my moving averages start to roll over on each other. And we haven't got the 100 across the 200, but once it does, that's bearish, because then we flipped our ribbon and we should come down. But it does get tricky on these smaller time frames because they will change quick. they can change quick. Very, very tricky, but what we're going to do, sit here and watch the 1 hour candle? Yeah, that makes for great excitement here on YouTube. I just wish you'd hurry up on this one on the 5, 10 second, or on the 10 second. Come on down, baby. We got her cross. Nine's under the 21. Oh, so they're trying. Now we got a descending triangle pattern. Basically, we're leveling out. Continuation path. Oh, look, and you went the other way. You suck, road dog. Look at you. Oh my gosh. We got her bearish flip, and she did this again. That is crazy. That's a 236. That you found support on. Okay, you got a higher high. Okay, we got a flip. Now we're looking at a bear trap scenario. How crazy is that? This is so erratic. That we just flipped the 236. That's making me look. Where'd that target go? This guy. Crazy 10-second price action going on. Well, now we got to do this so we can entertain this idea of bear trap into a could be. Our other choices is to, I don't like. I'm sticking with what I had right here, trend line. She's at a 786 fib area here. Could get rejected, but the way this little sucker's been acting. Oh, you 886. My bad. The 10 second. I'm going to pop off of it. Go zoom out a little bit to the whole 1 minute. Just what the hell have we got going on? When we zoom out, we can see a little bit of the bigger, smaller picture. We're still in the 1 minute. This was the trend line. She didn't even touch it. He didn't even touch it, which is to me a bullish sign. And then I will take a new trend line. Well, I got to say, we are above our 618 Fibonacci. And we've made higher highs and higher lows on that. Looking like we're going to knock out this 272 area. That was a pivot area. We came back 2-3. Was it a 236? A 2-3. Oh yeah, basically. She may not be done. She might be coming back down to 105. I mean, it could. I mean, I don't know, but so far she's holding within this channel, and I'm just going to leave it as 106.6 is what I'm looking for her to go hit from that move. That would be my call, based on price action that we got here on these small ass time frames. Don't know if that will work or not. That's what I come up with, and we will just have to come back tonight and see if it holds true or not. And we can say, "You suck, road dog," or "Look, you nailed it." I don't know. The crazy day on this Monday though for Bitcoin, and trying to trade it unless you've already got your trades in has just been, I mean, it's been janky, really janky. More bullish than bearish, and I blame that all on the weekly MACD flipping us bullish weekly MACD. So not a confident time for shorts at all. If you've been shorting, man, I mean, they've been scalp shorts at the best and getting caught in drawdown otherwise. We got our green dot here on the 6 minute. Looks like we're headed to the upside. Buckle your seatbelts. Enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen. This turkey is signing out, leaving you with what I see on the smaller time frames. This looks good. This has been looking good, but now she's doing it. My person was a short term 606. I guess we're coming back to. Here we are. That's our target right here. This was from the 236 other 236 bounce that we had. Was that shoot, I got so convoluted on these small time frames, now I'm starting to forget. You were the measure move for, okay, you were a measure move. You're not the one I'm looking for. You're the one I'm looking for. You're the one I'm looking for. I got confused there. I'm looking for 108 154. And this was just a measure move from this guy. As a secondary, I was doing it from the retest. We did hit one here, and we haven't hit that one. That's the measure move. And then I got a second one up there. So we got two little measure move targets. I need to change the color on that one. That's also a 786 though. Well, then that kind of points that there will probably be something here at that one too then. All right, I'm going to take these guys off. Still looking bullish so far. And this turkey is out of here. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. I'll be back again tonight about 10:30 p.m. Bring your list of altcoins, and I'll bring my list of altcoins, and we'll try to spend a lot of time on altcoins and not as much on Bitcoin. I say that, but I talk about Bitcoin a lot. I can't help it. And when we get into our indices and everything, altcoin's getting a nice little punch up tonight, and so she found some support there. I'd be cool if it holds. I don't know if we're still going to zigzag and come down a little bit lower, because it says that we can and might, but let's take any gains that we get out of altcoins as we get them. Starting to look a little bit better here. Still on the daily for altcoins. What are we looking about? 1-2%? Ain't nothing to sneeze about, baby. Nothing to sneeze about. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and again, I will see you tonight. Good luck trading. Go make the money. Let's kill it. But man, it's rough for any kind of new positions. Either way that you choose, either going long or short, it's really choppy. But she's leaning a little bit more bullish than bearish. Praise it, that is where the money is made. Good night, everybody. Or good day, shall I say. Scuba Turbo, happy Monday, Road Dog. Happy Monday to you, Scuba Viro. Appreciate it, Road Dog. Thank you guys very much. Hey, do you guys want to see some a comedy skit? If some of you guys are new, you probably haven't seen it. I might do that instead of our little outro. Give you a little bonus Easter egg for the 14 people still here. Let's go get a little crypto comedy. Let me find you. Are you over here? Are you here? Oh, here we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. I don't know his name, but he's got a few good jokes. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Is this thing on? This thing on? Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everybody. I want to come up here. I'm going to talk about some crypto trading grooves. Yeah. You know those online mentorship programs where some dude with a rented Lambo and like a $50 Udemy course promises to make you a Bitcoin billionaire. Yeah, those guys. Yeah. Hey, I joined one of those groups once. I thought I'd learn the secrets of crypto. Spoiler alert, the only secret I learned was how to lose $500 on a premium signal. They told me to buy Dogecoin at its all-time high. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Chad, man. Hey, that moon rocket emoji, man, that really sealed the deal right there. Hey, these mentors, man, they're like they're like the sketchiest life coaches you've ever met. They got these personality traits, like they're loud, they're overhyped, and they're constantly flexing their gains. Yeah, you ever see their Instagram? It's just them sitting, posing in front of a yacht. a yacht that they don't own, holding a laptop with the TradingView chart that's clearly in demo mode. And bro, turned $100 into $10 million in 3 days. Oh, really? Hey, no, really, Crypto Carl? Then why are you charging me $999 for this PDF called HODL Your Way to Crypto? That's crazy. But no, let's talk about the fees. Okay, now these guys, now they charge more for their exclusive mentorship than my college education. $2,000 for a 6 weeks course? What? Bruh, for that price, man, I better be learning how to mine Bitcoin with my mind. Ooh, and what do you get? What do you get? You get a Zoom call where they teach you how to draw a trend line. See this squiggly line? That's your ticket to the moon. Bro, I learned that on YouTube for free, man, on YouTube. From a guy named Dave who's trading in his mom's basement. Hey, Dave, how's it going, man? At least Dave's honest about his hot pocket budget. And the exaggerations, man. Oh my gosh. These mentors, they act like they're only one trade away from buying Elon Musk Twitter account. I made 500% last week. Yeah, sure. And I did press the Tesla this morning. They never show you the losses though. I mean, you ask for proofs and they're like, my accountant's dog, he ate my portfolio, man. Meanwhile, the VIP group though, is just a Telegram channel full of bag holders crying about their Shiba Inu hold, right? Now, the worst part, the personalities. Yeah. Every mentor is the same. They're either the crypto bro who calls you fam and says to the moon like every 5 seconds. Yo, fam, this altcoin is it. It's going to 100x. Bro, the only thing 100x is my therapy bill after listening to you. Then you got the mystical gurus like Deep Voice. The blockchain spirit is my animal. Dude, you're not a shaman. You're a guy from New Jersey named Steve who discovered crypto last Tuesday, dude. Or then you got that doom prophet who's always like, buy my course before the market crashes. Spoiler, the only thing crashing is my faith in humanity after joining your group. And don't get me started on the group chats, man. You join their elite trading community, and it's just 500 dudes arguing about candlestick patterns like they're decoding the Da Vinci Code, man. Bro, that's a bullish hammer. No, it's a bearish doji. Meanwhile, the coin that they're arguing about is down 90%, and the mentor is like, stay calm, this is just a dip. A dip? Bro, this coin's in the Mariana Trench. Oh, and then you got them signals, right? Yeah. Oh, them signals, they're just like, hey, pay $200 a month for my premium signals. And the signals just buy low and sell high. Wow, thanks, Warren Buffett. I never would have figured that out. Yeah, the only manipulation here is you convincing me to join your scam. I mean, course. And the testimonials? Every website's got these fake reviews like, thanks to Crypto King, I retired at 25. Meanwhile, the guy who wrote it is still working at Chipotle. You check their Twitter, it's like just them begging for airdrops and tweeting, win Lambo. The only Lambo for you is you're getting the Hot Wheels from Walmart, dude. Here's the truth, though. These mentors aren't traders, they're marketers. Their real hustle is selling you a dream. Now, they're not making money from crypto, they're making money from you. And you are their exit liquidity. Yeah, that's right, you with the HODL tattoo and the $50 in Binance. Yeah, you're the one that's funding their fake Rolex. So the next time that you see a crypto mentor promising you a private jet, man, save your money. Go to YouTube and search crypto trading for beginners, or better yet, just hop over to Road Dog Crypto and learn the same stuff for free. Or, maybe just buy a coffee instead. It's a better investment than their VIP mastermind. To the moon! Yeah, to the moon with my credit card debt.